It is Dr. Strangelove from 1964. I guess that's hospital. And this about Welp. Okay. Some disclaimer. Of course, it's all fictional.
Ominous rumors had been privately circulating
So this directed by Stanley Kubrick.
that the Soviet Union had been at work ultimate weapon, a doomsday device, crowded wasteland below the Arctic peaks of the Zokov Island. Or why it should be located in such a remote and desolate place, no one could say.
In like Area 51. There you go. Stanley Kubrick production. He did the Shining and the Full Metal Jacket. Both of them are reacted to satellite. This law papers.
Captain Mandrake speaking.
This is General Ripper speaking. You don't think I'd ask if you recognize my voice unless it was pretty damned important, do you, Mandrake?
Yes, sir. The confirmations have all just come in.
Very well. Now listen to me carefully.
This guy seems like a bad person.
Condition red, sir, yes. Jolly good idea. Keeps the men on their toes.
Group Captain, I'm afraid this is not an exercise. Shouldn't tell you this, Mandrake, but you're a good officer and you have a right to know. It looks like we're in a shooting war.
A shooting war.
Hell. Are the Russians involved, sir?
Mandrake, that's all I've been told. I want you to transmit Plan R for Robert, to the wing.
Is it that bad, sir?
Looks like it's pretty hairy. I want all privately owned radios to be immediately impounded. The police will have lists of all owners, and I want every single one of them collected without exception.
They want the planes impounded. Now an alarm is going on.
America's Strategic Air Command maintains a large force of B-52 bombers deliver a nuclear bomb load of 50
Oh,
megatons,
there.
equal to 16 times all the bombs and shells used by all the armies in World War II. The Airborne Alert Force is deployed from the Persian Gulf to the Arctic Ocean.
Okay, Playboy, sure. Okay, got some skills on the cards there. Nice padding. Okay, the pilot is casually sleeping. Yeah, probably should do that. FGT-135. Wing attack.
Major Kong, it's got a message from base over the CRM-114. Code is wing attack plan R.
Did you say wing attack plan R?
Yes, sir, I have.
You guys that I don't want no horsing around on the airplane.
That's how it's code.
He's serious.
Well, I've been to one world fair thing I ever heard come over a set of earphones.
Really?
You sure you got today's code? Wait a second, I'm coming back.
He's not believing. There you go. Wing attack plan R.
You better get a confirmation from base.
Give the go code and then recall to see who would actually go.
Nobody ever got the go code yet. Plan R, unless them Ruskies had already clobbered Washington and a lot of other towns with a sneak attack.
Major Kong, message from base confirmed.
That is true then.
I reckon this is it.
Okay, with the cowboy hat.
Toe-to-toe with the Ruskies.
The Ruskies.
Pretty fair idea that something doggone important's going on back there. You wouldn't even be human beings if you didn't have some pretty strong personal feelings about nuclear combat counting on you, and by golly, we ain't about to let them down.
Okay, that's true.
You're all in line for some important promotions and personal citations when this thing's over with. This thing on the hump. We got some flying to do.
Doc, should I get it?
Yeah, you have to.
Oh, yes, General Turgidson is here, but I'm afraid he can't come to the phone at the moment. Freddie, how are you? You?
Pretty.
Oh, we were just catching up on some of the General's paperwork. Colonel Puntridge calling. Call back in a minute or two? He says it can't wait. Apparently they monitored a transmission about 8 minutes ago, directed to the 843rd Bomb Wing on airborne alert. Wing attack, plan R.
Base Commander, Ripper. I have to think of everything on.
General Ripper, the 843rd Base
Of course.
All communications are dead.
Oh no.
Tell him to do it himself.
So how is he going to do it?
Tried personally several times, but everything is dead.
Oh, he has to answer the phone.
Ed, Buck. What's it look like? What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Nothing at all? Better give Elmo and Charlie a blast and bump everything up to condition red and stand by the blower. I'll get back. No place, no place. I just thought I might,
3 o'clock in the morning.
the Air Force never sleeps.
I'm not sleepy either.
You just start your countdown, and old Bucky will be back here before you can say, blast off.
Enemy may come individually, or he may come in strength. However he comes, we must stop him. Not allow him to gain entrance to this base. Trust no one, whatever his uniform or rank, that approaches within 200 yards of the perimeter is to be fired upon. Shoot first and ask questions accident.
Wearing this kind of crazy order.
Any variation
Suit purse.
2 years, it has been my privilege to be your commanding officer. Giving me anything less than that. We are not going to let them down.
These pictures.
RM11 switched into all the receiver circuits. So block any transmission other than those preceded by a code prefix. Set code prefix.
Okay, setting up the code.
Code prefix set.
Lock code prefix.
Code prefix locked. All circuits switched to CRM discriminators.
ICBM complex at Laputa. 30 megaton nuclear device, 10,000 feet. Megaton nuclear device will be used as secondary target.
They're going to
Missile
bomb
complex
nuclear.
7 miles east of Varshaw, 12,000 feet.
So what does the music mean?
Civilian broadcasting. Those fellas in the Pentagon have given us some sort of exercise to test our readiness.
I thought I issued instructions for all radios on this base to be impounded.
In the process of impounding this very wide when I hadn't switched it on.
Sir, Captain, the officer exchange program does not give you any special prerogatives to question my orders.
I thought you'd be rather pleased to hear the news. Don't want to start a nuclear war unless we really have to, do we?
Turn that thing off.
Let's issue the recall code immediately.
Planes are not going to be recalled. My attack orders have been issued and the orders stand.
Well,
See, if a Russian attack was in progress, we would certainly not be hearing civilian broadcasting. But I'm afraid I'm still not with you, sir, because, dreadfully wrong somewhere.
Please make me a drink of grain alcohol and rainwater and help yourself to whatever you'd like.
To issue the recall code upon my own authority and bring back the wing. You'll probably excuse me, sir. Key and the recall code. Have you got them handy, sir?
There's nothing anybody can do about this thing. I'm the only person who knows the 3-letter code group.
Then I must insist
Okay.
that you give them to me.
I knew it. You were civil. A gun.
Do I take it, sir, that you are threatening a brother officer with a gun?
Decision is being made by the President, the Joint Chiefs, in the war room at the Pentagon. There will be only one course of action open. Total commitment. You recall what Clemenceau once said about war? He said war was too important to be left to the generals. War is too important to be left to politicians. Training, or the inclination for strategic thought. I can allow communist indoctrination and the international communist conspiracy, all of our precious bodily fluids.
Turgidson, what's going on here?
About 35 minutes ago, Jack issued an order to the 34 B-52s of his wing, which were airborne at the time, to attack their targets inside Russia. The planes are fully armed with nuclear weapons, 40 megatons each.
That's
Now,
yours.
the triangles are their primary targets. Squares are their secondary target. 25 minutes.
Only 25 minutes left.
That I was the only one in authority to order the use of nuclear weapons.
Hate to judge before all the facts are in. Getting to look like General Ripper exceeded his authority. Getting the provisions of Plan R, sir.
Plan R?
Lower echelon commander may order nuclear retaliation after a sneak attack. Approved it, sir, you must remember. Big hassle about our deterrent lacking credibility. Retaliatory safeguard. The human element seems to have failed us here. Encourage the Ruskies from any hope that they could knock out Washington and yourself. See, the planes we're holding at their fail-safe point, and they do not require a second order to proceed. They will continue until they reach their target. I'm afraid we're unable to communicate with any of the aircraft.
Why?
That once the go code is received, the normal switched into a special coded device. Confusing orders. CRM-114 is designed not to receive at all correct 3-letter code group prefix.
You will be unable to recall the aircraft.
17,000 permutations.
It's a lot
It's
possibility.
going to about 18 minutes from now, sir. General Ripper sealed off the base and cut off all communication.
Of course.
Where did you get all this information?
I have a portion of the transcript. I suggest you get the rest of SAC in after that. My boys will give you the best kind of start, 1,400 megatons worth, in peace and freedom from fear, and in true health, essence of our natural fluids.
Okay.
God bless you all. The meaning of that last phrase, sir.
There's nothing to figure out, General Turgidson. This man is obviously a psychotic.
True.
You assured me there was no possibility of such a thing ever occurring.
Well, he's wrong.
I don't think it's quite fair to condemn a whole program.
We're on the telephone personally.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Possible.
General Turgidson, your estimates of what is possible and impossible. General Face.
Okay. A gun.
I told you never to call me here. Don't you know where I am? Bucky would rather be there with you. Someday I'm gonna make you Mrs. Buck Turgidson. You go back to sleep, huh? Bucky will be back there just as soon as he can.
To enter the base, locate General Ripper, and put him in immediate telephone contact with me.
Us trying to enter there would certainly encounter very heavy casualties.
My boys can brush them aside without too much trouble.
Our hope
One.
is recalling the 843rd bomb. A low order of probability. 2 is to be making radar contact with the planes. They're gonna go absolutely ape, and they're gonna strike back with everything they got. We will suffer virtual annihilation. Immediately launch an all-out and coordinated attack on all their airfields.
Okay, this guy.
Hell, we got a 5-to-1 missile superiority. Still have a very effective reserve force for any other contingency. We would destroy 90% of their nuclear capabilities. We would therefore prevail, which would be badly damaged and uncoordinated.
Never to strike first with nuclear weapons.
There you go.
Well,
There are still alternatives left open to us.
Yeah, there's still alternatives.
we are rapidly.
We just want to see the world burn.
Choose between 2 admittedly regrettable, but nevertheless distinguishable. You got 20 million people killed, and the other way you got 150 million people. Then 10 to 20 million killed, tops, depending on the breaks.
Down in history is the greatest mass murder of Hitler.
American people, then with your image in a history book.
Heard quite sufficient from you, thank you very much.
This guy's kind of crazy.
The Russian ambassador you're talking about?
Yes, it is, General.
The Russian ambassador is to be admitted entrance to the war room? Serious breach of security, that would be? I mean, you'll see everything.
The idea, General. That is precisely the idea.
He wants them to see the
Survival kit content: 145 caliber automatic, morphine, vitamin pills, tranquilizer pills, miniature combination Russian
It's paper.
phrase book, and $100 in gold. Lipsticks, 3 pair of nylon stock. Pretty good weekend in Vegas.
ไว้บนเต็นท์เนี่ยเล็บ6
I will have poached eggs. And bring me some cigars, please. Havana cigars.
One of these Jamaican cigars. Only commie stooges, huh?
A lousy commie punk vomit all over us like this.
What did you say?
I said Premier Kissoff is a degenerate atheistic president.
What is going on?
I think they're trying the numbers.
Oh, you guys! Hey, your war room!
What is going on here? I demand an explanation.
Plant that ridiculous camera. This clumsy fool attempted to plant that ridiculous camera.
Saw him with my own eye.
Heard of such behavior in the war room before.
Mr. President, I think they're getting him on the line.
You sure gotta hand it to those commies.
Yeah. Wonder where they got them from.
Probably bought them from the army as war surplus.
Open up at 200 yards.
Okay. Straight up. It's like I saw thunder in there.
I don't have a phone.
Russian.
Careful, Mr. President. I think he's drunk.
Hello, Dmitri. Suppose you could turn the music down just a little. And I can hear you now, Dmitri. Clear and plain and coming through. Both coming through fine. Good. Well, it's good that you're fine then, and I'm fit to be fine.
Next.
Now then, Dmitri, of something going wrong with the bomb. A hydrogen bomb. He had a sort of, well, he went a little funny in the head. You know, just funny. And
Psychotic.
he ordered his planes to attack your country. Well, let me finish, Dmitri. Imagine how I feel about it, Dmitri. Just to say hello.
Okay.
To speak to you. Of course I like to say hello. Of course it's a friendly call. Listen, if it wasn't friendly, you probably wouldn't have even got it. At least another hour.
เอาไว้แล้ว
I am positive. Complete rundown on the targets, the flight plans, and the defensive systems of the plane. Unable to recall the planes, then we're just gonna have to help you destroy them. What with the people? Sorry, you faded away.
not the connection.
In Omsk, right? Listen, do you happen to have the phone number on you, Dmitri? Just ask for Omsk information. All right, you're sorrier than I am. But I am sorry as well. Sorry as you are, Dmitri. Don't say that you're more sorry than...
Da? Da?
What's he speaking?
Emotion, wheat.
Whispering.
What's happened? The doomsday machine. Destroy all human and animal life on Earth.
Human and animal?
The whole world. This guy.
Have you ever seen a commie drink a glass of water? Vodka. That's what they drink, isn't it?
I believe that's what they drink, Jack, yes.
So Russian people only drink vodka.
Water is the source of all life. 70% of you is water.
There you go. Human and the
As
ocean.
human beings, pour water to replenish our precious bodily fluids.
I have a slab.
Mandrake, have you never wondered why I drink only distilled water?
This is probably not good. You need some electrolytes.
Fluoridation of water.
Yeah, tap water.
Fluoridation is the most monstrously conceived communist plot we have ever had to face.
What? A communist plot.
That's nice shooting, soldier!
Okay, this guy is crazy. Just stand there. And what is he going to? A gun. A machine gun. Okay.
Come over here and help me with this belt.
Oh, great.
Sort of machines, Jack, I've only ever pressed a button.
Man, will Congress come here and feed me this belt, boy?
What's happened, you see, the string in my legs. The string.
The string.
I told you, but you see, shot off.
Come over here. The redcoats are coming. Come on.
10 months, the surface of the Earth will be as dead as the moon.
Fallout is down to a safe level after 2 weeks.
Now, thorium-G.
Thorium-G.
Radioactive half-life of 93 years.
Yes.
Takes a doomsday
Yeah, Drstrangelove.
cloud of radioactive Earth for 93 years.
I mean, after all.
Call me
I don't
Bun.
understand something, Alexei.
To trigger itself automatically.
But surely you can disarm it somehow?
No, it is designed to
No.
explode.
It's an obvious commie trick, Mr. President. We're wasting valuable time.
Okay.
They're getting ready to...
Nice hair.
Did you build such a thing?
There were those of us who fought against it. Ace race and the peace race. Their scheme cost us just a small fraction of what we've been spending on defense in a single year.
Dr. Strangelove, do we have anything like that in the works?
A moment, please, Mr. President.
He is a Dr. Strangelove.
Director of Weapons Research and Development.
He coming in the middle of the movie.
The idea was not a practical deterrent. At this moment, it must be all too obvious.
Is it possible for them to have built such a thing?
Yeah.
Mr. President, within the means of even the smallest requires only the will to do so.
Get automatically, and at the same time, impossible to untrigger.
Possible. It is essential. That is the whole idea of this machine. Fear to attack. Irrevocable decision-making process, human meddling. The doomsday machine is terrifying.
Gee, I wish we had one of them doomsday machines, Dainty.
Okay.
But this is wish to bury bombs. There's no limit to the size. For a gigantic complex of computers, under which the bombs are to be exploded.
He's always smiling.
Is programmed into a tape memory bank.
He changed it when he became a citizen.
What? Yes.
If you keep it a secret, why didn't you tell the world, eh?
Announced at the party congress on Monday.
Is he bluffing? This is our professor. Jeez.
Hey, where's the Mandrake? All right, Mandrake, now feel it.
Don't you think we'd be better off in some other part of the room away from all this flying glass?
No, we're okay here. In addition to fluoridating water, where there are studies underway to fluoridate salt, flour, fruit juices,
Okay, one of the things.
children's ice cream.
Good. Fluoridation first began 1946. 1946. That coincide with your post-war commie conspiracy. Our precious bodily fluids, the way your hardcore commie works.
Well, develop this theory.
Develop, okay.
During the physical act of love.
Wow.
Yes,
How?
fatigue, feeling of emptiness follows senescence. And sense my power.
I mean, don't you just feel tired after that? Generally,
I do deny them my essence.
he's experiencing post-nut syndrome. They're surrendering.
Boys must have surrendered.
Well, there it is. Well,
Is he going to shoot the guy?
The boys were like my children, Mandrake.
Oh, great.
Sure, they all gave it their very best. Never be too sure about those sort of things, but you look at me now. Do I look all rancid and clotted? You look here.
Need to stop speaking for a second.
Were you ever a prisoner of war?
Well, yes, I was, matter of fact, Jack, I was.
Did they torture you?
I think of under these conditions, but...
Yeah.
Well, Rangoon itching our railway. I was laying on his puff-puffs.
Talk.
Oh. Wanted me to talk, really. I don't think they wanted me to say anything. It was just their way.
Probably not a good idea to say.
Cameras.
Outside, they're going to give me a pretty good going over in a few minutes. For the code. I don't know how well I could stand up under torture.
Is to give me the code now. You did just now on the floor, eh? You with your gun, and me with the belt and the ammo, feeding you, Jack.
Okay.
I happen to believe in a life after this one. Now I'll have to answer what I've done.
I'm a religious man myself, you know, Jack. I believe in all that sort of thing. You dropped your gun, Jack. Give me the code, boy. That's what I'm hoping. And, you're going to have a little wash and brush up. What we need, Jack, water on the back of the neck and the code. Now, Jack, boy, I'll try and
Well.
get this.
Well, okay. No more code then. It's kind of unexpected.
We have 109,000 total. 7 hours, 15 minutes endurance. Finish time.
Unidentified radar blip. Looks like a missile tracking us.
Missile.
Confirmed definite missile track.
Oh
Commenced
boy.
evasive missile still closing range. I'm locked to target intercept mode and closing distance.
It's coming in quick.
Closing distance. Range 30 miles. Range 10 miles. Deflection increasing. Range 8 miles. Missile detonated.
Well,
Lever to cut off.
and hit them.
Extinguisher.
And even to crash the plane.
Fuel bound 3, 4, and 6.
Getting out the code.
The devil do you think you're doing shooting away in here? Who are you?
I said put your hands over your head.
Must to be an RAF uniform, sir. And I am Group Captain Lionel Mandrake. He's dead in the bathroom. Look, I don't know what sort of stupid game this is you're playing. Recall code is, and I have to get in touch with SAC headquarters immediately. Witnesses? What are you talking about, witnesses? He shot himself.
Well, he was shaving, huh?
Guano, if that really is your
Bad corner.
think, I hope, I pray, what the recall code is. It's one of those.
Put your hands up on top of your head.
What's this guy doing?
And sent the whole wing to attack the Soviets. Don't you know that? I'll tell you what I'm talking about. And I hope... Blast. Ridiculous fighting.
I got a lot of wounded men outside. Start walking.
Okay, turn on teleport communication then.
All
So
the
I'm
radio
destroyed.
gear is out, including the CRM-114. Hit and blew itself up.
Power is on.
I've worked on a rate of fuel loss at approximately 162 per secondary targets, but we will not, repeat, not be able. We would have enough fuel to ditch at weathership Tango Delta.
4 holes in us and a horse trader's mule. We're leaking fuel. We've got one little budge on him, Brewskis. Dang sure ain't gonna spot us on no radar screen.
Where are you taking me?
The main gate.
No, what you think has been going on here?
I think there's some kind of deviated prevert. We're organizing some kind of mutiny of preverts. Now move!
What?
Let's get General Ripper on the phone with the President of the United States.
The President? Now, General Ripper is dead, is he not? The President will bloody well want to speak to me, won't he?
You want to talk to the President of the United States?
I've got to talk to him. And I can
Yeah,
assure
he must talk to him.
if you end up wearing the uniform of a bloody toilet attendant.
If you try any perversions in there, I'll blow your head off.
I want you to place an emergency person-to-person call with President Merkin Muffley in the Pentagon, Washington, D.C. Serious operator, the President, yes, the President of the United States. I've got enough change. Call operator.
No chance.
They won't accept the call. Have you got 55 cents?
With loose change in my pocket, do you?
Ordinary trunk call. Well, what do you call it? You know, station to station. I'm still 20 cents short. Operator, hold on. I try and keep you... I want you to shoot the lock off it. There may be some change in there.
No sense.
Your frame, outlook, way of life and everything, when they learn that you have obstructed a telephone call to the President of the... That's what the bullets are for, you twit!
Okay, sis.
You're going to have to answer to the Coca-Cola Company.
Yeah. Okay. OPE.
43 bomb wing reported destroyed by enemy action. All other missions have acknowledged recall code.
Bow our heads and give a short prayer of thanks for our deliverance. Lord, seem fit to deliver us from the forces of evil.
Excuse me, sir. Calling again, and he's hopping mad.
And leakage has increased at 8790.
Remaining fuel, 8790.
What he says that one of the planes hasn't turned back. He says, according to information forwarded by our air staff.
That's impossible, Mr. Red. I mean, he recalls acknowledging 4 splashes, and one of them was targeted for Laputa.
We got an acknowledgement from every plane except the 4 you've shot down. Now only claims 3 aircraft confirmed. The 4th may only be damaged.
Only damage.
Smell a big fat commie rat. I mean,
really? He's telling the truth.
Looking for an excuse to clobber.
Is this gonna set off the doomsday machine?
Uh-uh.
Are you sure?
Really?
The radar and flying so low, but they're trained to do it. You know, it's initiative. Sure, your entire air defense can stop a single plane. One of us, if the doomsday machine goes off, now, what's the point in you getting hysterical at a moment like this? Target is Borkov. I mean, it's true, Dimitri. You gotta believe it. You've got into those 2 sectors and you can't miss.
Continue to lose fuel at the present rate. I estimate we only have 38 minutes.
You told me that you'd get me the primary.
I'm sorry, sir. That estimate.
Give a hoot in hell how you do it. You just.
Not the
I'm
primary.
sorry, sir, but those are the figures.
Come this far just to dump this thing in the drink. Just target opportunity.
Nearest again.
We make it from there to the Tango Delta weather ship.
The ICBM complex at Kotla.
New target 384.
Is there really a chance for that plane to get through?
Just can't expect a bunch of ignorant peons to understand a machine like some of our boys.
Really ignorant peon. He just insult him.
Hell, look at all of them Nazis. Solo, I mean, you ought to see it sometime. It's a sight.
Yeah, this guy.
Like a pig exhaust.
Why is he getting excited?
Got a chair.
Yeah, he shouldn't be too excited about this.
10 miles.
Ready for final bomb run check.
Bombardier ready, sir. Bomb fusing master safety's on. Electric
Circuits 1 through 4 test.
bomb lights on.
Bomb army test lights on 1 through 4.
Override. Engage.
Detonator set to 0 altitude.
0 altitude.
First safety release.
Release second safety. Circuits 1 through 4.
Stand close.
Bomb
Jam.
door switched in still, making it function.
Engage emergency power.
Well,
Great manual override.
medium.
Next drive cable must be sheared away.
Fire the explosive bolt.
Doesn't work.
Stay on the
So what they're going to do now?
I'm going down below and see what I can do.
Is the bomb going to explode in the plane? Nuclear warhead?
Orange grid reference checks.
Telemetric guidance computer in the orange grid.
Target distance 7 miles.
GPI acceleration factor set.
Distance 6 miles.
They're closing in.
Added transponder active. Auto CDC and Emmanuel teleflash link. Where in hell is Major Kong?
Major Kong. And this guy. And he's dead then. This is a nuclear explosion.
I would not rule out the chance to preserve a nucleus of human specimens. Some of our deeper mine shafts. Radioactivity would never penetrate a mine some thousands of feet deep.
How long would you have to stay down there?
Cobalt thorium G.
Well, it's in the hand.
Life of
Be sticky.
possibly 100 years.
100.
It would be difficult, my Fuhrer. Nuclear reactors could provide power almost indefinitely. Bred and slaughtered. Quick survey
Hey,
would have to be
calm down.
I would guess for several 100,000 of our people could easily be provided.
Goes down.
Well, that would not be necessary, Mr. President. It would be accomplished with a computer. Word fertility, intelligence. Military men will foster and impart the required principles of leadership and tradition.
Good one.
Actually, the proper breeding techniques and the ratio of, say, 10 females to each male, that within, say, 20 years.
Envy the dead and not want to go on living?
No, sir.
Like back that.
Killing motion will be one of nostalgia for those left behind. Combined curiosity for the adventure ahead. Ha!
Okay. What is going on?
Wouldn't that necessitate the abandonment called monogamous sexual relationship?
A sacrifice is required for the future of the human race.
Oh, sacrifice.
Women will have to be selected for their sexual characteristics, stimulating nature. Thank you, sir.
I think we ought to look at this from the military point of view. Some big bomb, see, and we didn't. When they come out in 100 years, they could take over.
Take over our mine shaft space.
What's it doing?
I think it'd be extremely naive of us, Mr. President,
That leading.
on the alert to prevent them from taking over other mine shafts.
Oh, great.
In order to breed more, not allow a mine shaft gap.
Sir, monsieur! I can walk!
So the ultimate bomb is exploded. The Russian guy detonated the largest bomb there. It's the ending there. It's actually surprisingly a liquid movie that the bomb goes up at the ending anyway. All the work for nothing. The plot twist at the ending there. Knew it all along. So in the video tells in this video, right? So for movie will be about Patreon.